Hey, today on the show, we're going to show you how to experience the Florida manatee.
It's hard to find a more iconic wildlife symbol in our state than the manatee. Revered in native folklore, mistaken for mermaids by sailors of old, and once hunted to near extinction, the West Indian manatee today enjoys a unique and often controversial place in Florida's culture.
The city of Crystal River is situated on the magnificent Kings Bay, which is surrounded by natural springs. And that keeps the bay at a beautiful 72-degree temperature year-round. So when the weather gets cold here in Florida, this area attracts one large mammal.
I'm taking my 9-year-old son Chase with me today for a truly unique Florida experience.
This is a lot of manatees.
As we travel to Citrus County, located on the west coast of Florida, just north of Tampa and about an hour-and-a-half drive northwest of Orlando. Chase and I will be staying at the Plantation on Crystal River, a beautiful resort that puts you as close as you can get to the best manatee experience in the world. Once in Crystal River, you'll notice a consistent theme.
Done seeing them on shirts, on coasters, back scratchers at City Hall.
Yeah, they're definitely into manatees here.
Manatee, everything is manatee. It's all manatee.
Step 1, book a manatee charter. It's early 30 as Chase and I head to the Plantation Dive Shop to meet our manatee guide, Paul Cross.
How you doing, Crawford family? How you doing? How you doing, little buddy? I got something for you. The manatees are waiting.
Most all the guide services include a full wetsuit, mask, snorkel, and fins.
Wait for no man. Mask, fin, snorkel out the front door and to the right. Let's go ahead and get you dressed.
Come on, Chase, let's do it,
Hurry.
And now, step 2, Manatee Manners, the movie. Every diver must first watch an 8-minute video on how to properly interact with the manatees. The main takeaway is to stay calm and quiet in the water and let the manatees come to you.
Chase and I give Manatee Manners. I give it a thumbs up. What do you give it?
I give it a double.
He gives it a double thumbs up. Okay, Paul. It's 6:30. Do we really need to get up this early to see manatees?
Absolutely. We got to get there before the manatees have their morning coffee, or they start shuffling around, getting feeding.
Or before I have my morning coffee, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Paul is a Crystal River native and has been taking visitors out to experience these manatees for over 14 years. It's mid-February, but according to Paul, this is the best time of day and year to experience these manatees.
The winter months, we have roughly 10% of the entire population, 500 to 600 manatees. Come in the summertime, we have 50 to 60 manatees. So the manatees come to the spring to thermal regulate. So they have to come to the spring. It's survival for them.
Manatee 101.
It's not long before Chase and I start spotting manatees.
Daddy, look. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and 6.
Oh my gosh. There's manatees all over the place.
It's time for step 3. Jump in and meet the manatees. Even with a full wetsuit, Chase still needed a little coaxing to get in that 72-degree water.
Let's go, buddy. This way.
Once Chase got in, he quickly forgot about the water temperature. First, Chase and I saw several adult manatees resting in the protective zone. This zone allows manatees to control how much interaction they have with divers. Paul found a baby manatee and called us over to check it out. The little guy seemed to enjoy checking out its reflection in my mask. For being so big, these creatures move with such grace. As much as Chase loved being with the manatees, I could tell that cold water was getting to him.
What are you doing? You okay?
Yeah.
Are you peeing? The boy's peeing in his suit. That feel better? It's amazing how curious they are, you know?
Yep, eye to eye. They want to see why we're here, you know.
Yeah.
They're very curious by nature. No natural predator, so they're not afraid of us, you know.
You live in Florida, you need to have this experience.
Even though Chase and I had an incredible interaction on this trip, it's important to remember that interaction is always dictated by the animal, not the diver.
We want to promote passive interaction, so it's not about touching.
Yeah.
It's about experiencing the creature itself.
Yeah.
If you have what you had earlier, or have that face-to-face interaction with a manatee,
Which was
you are,
amazing.
You are definitely going to be an
Yeah.
advocate of the manatees, especially like the younger generation.
Well, I know one member of the younger generation who's now a big advocate for the protection of the manatee. And that's good because manatees are actually one of Florida's more controversial animals. I caught up with Ivan Vicente of the Florida Fish and Wildlife Service to talk about that delicate balance.
Well, I know to take my son out there today, I know that for him, his perspective on manatees is changed forever.
By allowing people to actually enter the manatees realm, particularly children, we're defining the future because Our future boaters, waterfront property owners, developers, even government officials are the children. If we can actually have future adults on the manatee side, things are going to be done a little bit differently in the future.
So every winter, like clockwork, Mother Nature's chill brings together these remarkable Florida mammals. But I have to be honest here. As a fisherman, my perspective of the manatee has been jaded by the manatee zones that pepper Florida's waterways. But I must say, seeing these creatures up close has given me a new understanding of the importance the manatee serves to the Florida ecosystem, and not to mention its economic impact on this community. Nowhere in the world can you encounter manatees like this in Florida's Crystal River Wildlife Refuge. So if you haven't already, I encourage you to get out and get to know these Florida iconic gentle giants.
For more information on manatees, go to our website at howtodoflorida.com.
Hey, I love you. You see me? You come here often? Yeah, when the water gets cold.